Hey y'all, what's up? We're back with another Board City video. This is titled How BTS's Teamwork Makes the Dream Work and Why Most Boy Bands Don't Last. Have you ever wanted to watch more videos than the thousands of ones that are already on my channel?
Hell yeah. How I do that? Huh? Tell me.
You know, like the ones that I can't show on YouTube? Uh, I got you. I have a Patreon with 3 tiers. This is what you will get per tier. Pause if you like to read it. Honestly, I love it. We be going crazy on the Patreon, but I'm gonna let you be the judge of that. So y'all go ahead and check out the Patreon and let me know what you think. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for supporting, and thank you for everything. Now, let's get back to the video. To be honest, I'm more of a person that would say just to, I guess, respectfully as possible. I would say people or groups or say whatever conglomerates or whatever, there's a specific time limit that you have, and you have if you hey, you just have that time right there to do whatever you need to do, accomplish whatever you need to accomplish, and when that time is up, it's time to just say goodbye. I honestly feel like that when it comes to all types of, all types of groups and stuff like that. And now that I'm in this K-pop space, it's very, very prevalent. You know what I'm saying? For BTS though, they got hella time and they just keep adding somehow, some way. And of course other groups too as well. But it's just like there's always anomalies and the cream always rise to the top. So that's why we're here. But today we are learning about how teamwork makes the dream work. Something that we have learned as children, but I don't know. Let's go. Let's watch it.
Recently, the NSYNC members reunited after 20 years to release an
Damn, they
OST
look old
for an
as
animated
shit.
film. And I came across a clip of an interview where they say something that caught my attention.
Yeah, One Direction's an amazing band, but you have 5 guys that are amazing singers and great soloists. So when they come out and do songs, it's like you fight over where is this going to be. We kind of knew we sucked at singing certain things. We fell into our spots and we knew our place. You know, it was like I knew I'd be the high stuff, these guys would do the leads, Joey would be in the middle, and Lance would be on the bass. It was a lot
There's nothing wrong with that too. There's nothing wrong with that, actually.
easier since we started with a sound rather than 5 amazing vocalists. I mean, not to say we're not, but I just did.
I don't completely disagree with everything they are saying, but all of this did make me think for a while. Is it possible to have a vocal group in which all the members are extremely good singers? Does a group can only have 1 or 2 frontmen or frontwomen to last? Does this apply to BTS, the current biggest group in the world?
I kind of feel like
These are their main points. And remember that this is not about
I'd say anything is possible, and it's up to y'all to it's up to y'all to make the shit happen. It's good to have balance and all rounders in your group, but if there's a group of main, say Lil Mix, if there's a group of just main powerful vocalists, well, in terms of vocals, you can also manipulate your voice so it sounds like you got a good baritone sound, or you good with soprano, or you a good alto, tenor, or whatever. I feel as though I don't know, because I'm somebody who thinks you can literally learn how to be talented in whatever, really. I don't know, let's keep going.
bands. It's about vocal groups, in which
Vocal
all
groups.
the members' instruments are their voices. Number 1, it's easier to start with a sound rather than individual vocals. Number 2, group members that fall into their spots and know their place, like NSYNC, work smoothly. Number 3, when all the members of a group are great soloists, like One Direction, they're going to fight for the spotlight, creating conflict.
That's not true. It's not that, and we're just going off of these 3. For one, it's easier to start with the sound and individual vocals. Yeah, because starting with the sound is a foundation. 2, group members that fall into their spots and know their place. Even though it might sound kind of demoralizing, there's nothing wrong with that. That's literally why we have sections. You know what I'm saying? That's literally why we have groups groups are supposed to be put together. You're supposed to be a teamwork. That's the point of a group. You know what I'm saying? And number three, no, that just because a group is full of great soloists, that does not mean they're going to fight with the spotlight. That just comes down to ego. Honestly, you could be a great ass vocalist, but if your ego is in the way, that's what's going to create the conflict, not you all being great. Like, you would think that's common knowledge, but hey.
Let's take this apart.
Let's go.
And yes, this is going to be one of those videos in which I overanalyze one small piece of content.
Let's go.
Because why not?
Yeah.
The first point is that it's easier to start with a sound rather than individual vocals. I agree with this.
Yeah.
This is actually how BTS started. Hip-hop and R&B were their first big inspirations. The vocal line singing in harmony and the rap line taking turns for the rap parts were very present in their first trilogy of albums known as the School Trilogy. With time, each member started finding their own sound and leading certain songs. With even more time, every member started having solo songs in both BTS's albums as well as in their own solo projects. So I totally agree. It's easier to start with sound rather than individual vocals, but you cannot do this forever.
True.
It can become repetitive and boring, not only for
True.
the public but for the members themselves. That's why Cher and Sync lasted longer than One Direction, but they also broke up relatively early in their careers. Another one of their points is that One Direction didn't work out because they were all amazing singers from the beginning. But in my opinion, One Direction did not start with 5 amazing individual vocalists. They actually started with one sound, just like NSYNC did.
Oh, really?
This sound not evolving was Zayn's main motivation to leave the group. Zayn wanted to do more R&B, but his songs and even his natural voice recordings were always rejected. So
that would
starting
make me
with sound
mad.
is fine, but
That would make me mad as hell. Oh God.
the sound needs to evolve. Especially with boy bands, members start young, so it's unnatural to maintain the same sound forever.
Right.
In the case of BTS, they've been over a decade together because they allowed themselves to evolve their sound. Sure, the classical BTS R&B harmonies from their School Trilogy are still present in their songs, but it's not all they do. As
You know what's okay. I'm gonna have her finish.
soloists and as a group, they do more genres and sounds than any other group I've seen in my life.
I'm just saying, like, bro, to be honest, bro, I feel like the difference between you sticking to a sound versus you creating your own sound, it's a blessing and a curse with both of them. I feel like it's all case by case basis. Of course, it's gonna get boring. But a lot of people do strive or do thrive off of just like the sound, the boring sound, i.e., rappers doing the same sounding the damn same. They all thriving right now. Like, it's more or less like time. It's time. That sounds so crazy, knowing your place. Lord.
Number 2, group members that fall into their spots and know their place work smoothly. It's okay to start with a sound in mind, but that usually comes with certain roles.
Right.
That's what NSYNC said. One did the high notes, one did the bass, one was at the center, etc. But I don't think you can realistically fall into your same spot forever. That is exactly why most Western groups disband early. Knowing your place in the group can help a lot to prevent conflicts related to performing. It's a very professional stance, but it can and it will almost definitely limit growth.
And you know, like, the thing is, like, there's gonna be that one person. It's always that one or two people that be like, man, hell nah, nigga, I don't want to be right here. I want to be there. It's always that, because it's always that. There's always that. You can't tell me that there's not always that one person that be like, bro, to be honest, I want to be here. This shit boring as hell. Boom.
Because at the end of the day, the NSYNC members can talk all they want about their group working out, but they only lasted 2 more years than One Direction, and they did end up breaking up because Justin was secretly planning a solo career. Their words, not
Wow.
mine. Of course, One Direction's breakup carried more conflict than NSYNC's breakup. But just because NSYNC took the most professional way of doing things doesn't mean that this is the best way and the best outcome a group can have. They are simply not a good example for longevity. In K-pop, they will be considered just one more group victim of the 7-year curse. Falling into your spot and knowing your place in the group are things extremely common in K-pop. Each member falls into a very specific category. lead vocal, main vocal, sub vocal, lead rapper, main rapper, sub rapper, lead dancer, main dancer, etc. Western boy bands don't have these exact names, but groups like NSYNC follow a similar structure.
I kind of wonder, like, what would happen if the Western music industry starts taking some like things from K-pop and just adding it to there just to see what will happen. I would like to see some shit like that. I really would. I really would.
So if it's not working with Western groups and it's not working with K-pop groups, why do you still think that this is the correct way of doing things? Maybe K-pop companies notice this, because with time, and whether K-pop fans want to admit it or not, with the increased global popularity of BTS, it became less common for the members of a K-pop group to have designated positions. Maybe this is because when BTS debuted in America, there was not really a recognizable main guy or a main rapper or a main dancer. They all dance and they all perform. So the response by K-pop companies was to debut groups in which all the members are almost the same artist. They have a similar color of voice, a similar personality, a similar vocal range, a similar dancing ability, and even a similar appearance. I'm not saying that this is good or bad. In my opinion, it can work sometimes, but other times it's just boring, especially for a Western audience that likes finding a unique trait in each member of a group. All the members of a group not overpowering each other doesn't mean that they have to be the same. With BTS, there's no uniformity, there's cohesion. They are all
I like
very
that
different
word.
people with very different skill sets. Each of them plays a unique role in the group, just like NSYNC said they did. But
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I tie this all to sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? Say you got a BLT, bro. Bro, the bread gonna be the bread, the lettuce gonna be the lettuce, the bacon gonna be the bacon, and the tomato gonna be a tomato. Nigga, separately, they have their own taste. You might not like the taste. You might not like the taste of some pumpernickel bread by itself, just straight bread. You might not want to eat lettuce like a rabbit. You probably don't want to eat tomato. I'm not eating no damn tomato. You probably don't even want to eat bacon. I don't like pork, but hey, it is what it is. But I'm saying, like, when it's all together, it makes a BLT. You know what I'm saying? It combines. It like turns into like Voltron or whatever the hell that thing is called when all the Power Rangers get together and shit like that.
their positions are not set in stone because their sound is also not set in stone. A variety of sounds allows each member to find a wider variety of voices. With each sound they do, they rotate their positions in the group, even inspiring them to try new sounds in their solo projects. In 2013, no one would have thought that RM would release acoustic songs in which he only sings, or that Jin would choose to dance full choreographies in his solo songs, or that J-Hope would choose to release a rockier sound in which he doesn't dance. This is the benefit of not just falling into your spot. It's important to recognize what you bring to the table, but longevity will come when you allow the members to find more than one skill they can bring to the group.
Hell yeah. You gotta let artists figure this shit out, bro. You have to. You have to. If you actually give a fuck about the artist, bro, you're going to have to, son. Supergroups as a concept. I think it's cool. Honestly, I think supergroups are cool, but like only for novelty, in my opinion. Like supergroups. I think of Super M, of course. I don't think that I would have liked Super M to be as consistent. You know what I'm saying? Even though I came in late, but I think if Super M was mad consistent, I think I'd probably get like crazy fatigue because it's like the Avengers of K-pop. Like all of them at once. I'm gonna be like, bro, like this is fine. Like as a concept, this is amazing, but in practice, in execution, it's gonna be amazing, but it's gonna like die down. When I say novelty, I would say like supergroups as a moment. Like they can come back sometimes, but they just like not really here. It's like when you taste something it's like when you eat some food that's so good, but you can't have it all the time. But when you do have that hoe, it kind of feels like the first time you had it, you know? I guess it's just like the absence make the heart grow fonder or something like that.
Number 3. When all the members of a group are great soloists, they are going to fight for the spotlight, creating conflict.
I don't agree with
This
that.
comes with the assumption that in a group, there has to be a lead role. And if every member fits the lead role because all of them are extremely talented, the other positions will be forced and unnatural. This point was my main motivation to make this random video. Fits the lead role because all of them are extremely talented, the other positions will be forced and unnatural.
Forced and unnatural is kind of a reach, in my opinion. I wouldn't say forced. There's literally obviously everybody can't be a leader. You know what I'm saying? Think about it like this though. Say like you have a band. Say The Rose. You got a drummer, a lead vocalist, and a guitarist. We're just gonna talk about those three little things right there. For me, in all honesty, I would say the drummer should be the leader. I just said The Rose as an example because it's a band. I say the drummer should be the leader because the drummer is literally the base and the foundation of the song. You know, like whoever's the foundation of the song to me is the foundation of this whole shit, in my opinion. Say like in basketball, you got a point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. The point guard is the foundation of this whole shit. Or because he can see all the people and just move niggas around, da 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 da. He's the leader. That's why he gets like all the praise sometimes, or as a concept. The quarterback is the leader. That's why he gets all the praise because he is literally the head of the snake. He's the head of the snake. He sees everything. So for me, I would say it's not forced. It's not forced because people will actually fall into their places. With this, I just say it's ego, but we're going to still see what she says.
This point was my main motivation to make this random video because I disagree. Each BTS member has proven over the years that they are amazing soloists, and I believe that's exactly what sets them light years apart from other boy bands or K-pop groups. I'm not trying to say that there's not a single group apart from BTS in which all the members are capable of being amazing soloists. But what I am saying is that they are not successfully bringing those unique talents to their groups. I've talked before about K-pop's attempt of a supergroup, which is formed with members successful as solo artists or as members of other groups. But I believe that one of the many reasons they did not work out artistically is because they all kind of lower their abilities to match each other in songs that don't favor them, instead of being different unique pieces of an interesting puzzle. In my opinion, that is the only way a group full of talented artists can work. A good non-K-pop related example is Pentatonix. By themselves, they have different solo careers, and together, they are probably the most successful a cappella group, and they've been active for more than 12 years.
And I think didn't they drop their Christmas album? I think they did.
When they are a group, each of them brings something to the table. Like NSYNC recommended, each of them has their own position: tenor, baritone, soprano, percussion, and bass.
So does that mean they all fall into their place?
But their variety of sounds allows all of the members to be at the center and be the backing vocals at some point or another. When a very talented artist is surrounded by other very talented artists, there has to be selflessness.
Exactly.
You will have your moment to shine, and you will have to help your teammates shine as much as you. This is the only way I've seen supergroups truly work. For example, BTS's first Grammy performance was thanks to RM's work as a solo artist. The nominated song was Old Town Road, and only RM performs in one of the remixes. But he decided to share his 50 seconds in the song with all of the BTS
He's
members.
a real nigga, that's
I'm
why.
not sure other group members would have been selfless enough to lift their groups along with them. But for BTS, this is a common practice. Each BTS solo career are 7 different opportunities for them to redirect audiences to BTS as a supergroup project.
This is a very, very amazing, like, just mission statement, nigga. We are 7. Regardless, we are 7. If each of us get success, nigga, we are 7. Like, we just keep going. We are 7. Like, I like that. I that it's like family, bro. I love it.
especially in recent years. When they promote as solo artists, they always introduce themselves as a member of BTS.
Yeah.
I go by the name of RM of BTS.
안녕하세요, BTS입니다.
반갑습니다. 슈가이자.
I'm J-Hope from BTS.
Yeah.
지민호 BTS.
방탄소년단의 비입니다.
If only one member is part of a collaboration with another artist, most times they will make BTS's name visible one way or another. This was the case of Sultan Road and BTS's first Grammy performance in 2020. It was a song by Lil Nas X, RM, and BTS, although only RM performed in the digital version. Suga's interlude, in which only Halsey and Suga perform, is a song by Halsey, Suga, and BTS. Left and Right, in which only Charlie Puth and Jungkook sing, is a song by Charlie Puth, Jungkook, and BTS.
I like that. That's actually very fire. It's very fire. Just put BTS, like, that's fire.
BTS is not a featured artist in a collaboration, they will sometimes add member of BTS. Angel Part 1 and 2 are songs by Jimin of BTS. Lilith is a song by Suga of BTS. Rush Hour is a song by J-Hope of BTS. My point is that BTS takes the phrase "teamwork makes the dream work" very seriously. Of course, the why of this is another story, but in summary, their lack of opportunities and constant struggles in the industry allowed them to find out that together they are stronger. Their increasing success proved them right. So even today with their solo projects, they are constantly creating opportunities and visibility for their team. But
if it ain't work, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
this selflessness goes beyond their group projects, because for them, this is more a mindset than a strategy. Even when they are performing with other artists who are not part of BTS, they still maintain their teamwork mindset. This tweet says something interesting about BTS's selflessness as performers. I saw a clip of a K-idol singing a song impromptu with a soloist. He was good. He had the skill. He had the technique. The crowd was awed at his performance. The girl he was singing with, usually a good singer, seemed to be trying to keep pace. It played like a battle between two vocalists trying to best each other, with the audience passively receiving what's being dished out to them. Like this Twitter thread mentions later, J-Hope of BTS gave J. Cole a space to shine in their collaboration.
You say that, I still think J. Cole just took over the song like he always does. But let's say he gave him the space. I don't know.
This is J-Hope's song. He is doing the promotions. He is doing the performances by himself. But he still gave J. Cole the spotlight.
Hey,
and
I
BTS
respect
does this with every artist they collaborate. They make the featured artist one more member of BTS. I think this is more than just being respectful. When a collaboration or a group look more like a competition rather than a union of talents, it shows. So I agree that it's very hard for groups to work out when they are all extremely talented. But BTS has shown that it's not impossible. When groups in which every member is a star truly prioritize teamwork, the results will always include success. But there has to be real teamwork. There has to be real selflessness. Just think about all of the BTS members doing their mandatory military service together. The younger members don't have to go for another 3 or 4 years. But since it was time for Jin to go, then they are all going now. This way, they can all reunite as soon as possible. You may think this is obvious, but no other K-pop group has done this. They always wait until each of them reaches the age when they have to go. They prioritize their personal interests, which I'm not saying is bad, but it does show BTS's unique teamwork.
She's not wrong. I'm gonna be honest with you. But also but I'm glad that she said, like, there's nothing wrong with, like, them, just, partaking in their personal interest. There's literally nothing wrong with that. It's just that, the cause and effect, it just shows this, BTS is BTS. So I also think that, like, one thing that really just be killing artists is the ego. But it's like, artists are already sensitive in itself because you're literally sharing your art with the world. So it's like, ego is gonna be there every time. But it's like, bro, that's like something that, like, comes with, that's like buying a house and it comes with keeping up the house. That's not as good as I thought it would be.
In conclusion, I mostly agree with what's being said in this clip. It can be a lot easier to focus on sound rather than individual vocals. It's true that group members that fall into their spots and know their place tend to work smoothly. It's true that when multiple members of a group are great soloists, they are most probably going to fight for the spotlight. But I think all of this being true most of the time makes BTS an even more impressive musical act. Against all odds, they overcame every obstacle. They survived their first years with not many opportunities. They became the biggest group in an industry that only allows groups from big agencies to be at the top. They made a name for themselves in an industry that doesn't truly welcome foreign music. They paved the way for Korean artists to have global visibility. And they remain as proof that being in a group does not automatically mean talented people being limited. When done correctly and sincerely, the members of vocal groups can bring the best of each other and create art that relates to many.
Yeah. Hey, I don't see no lies here, for real, for real. At the end of the day, bro, it is true. Nigga, the dream teamwork does make the dream work. I wish a lot of people would actually like adopt that type of thing, but it just seems like people just don't. Like they just don't. So it's like, all right, y'all gonna have that time limit, and when that time limit is up, nigga, that's your it's up. It's up. You would think you would use some you would think you would use some of these like tactics to at least I don't know, but like she said, it's in you. It's not really a strategy. It's a mindset, for real. So it's like, if you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. It is what it is. But at the same time, this is also a good video from Board City. She hey, she doesn't miss. Not gonna lie, she does not miss. But what do you guys think? I'm pretty sure y'all would know. Like, y'all would know teamwork makes the dream work. But let me sound off in the comments. Let me know what you think.